Joining me now is Simon Dyakowski. He is the president and CEO of Aztec Minerals. Good to see you again, Simon. Thanks for being with us.
Great to see you again as well, Mark. Thank you for having me on the show today.
Now, we haven't spoken for a while, so it's probably a good idea to refresh everybody, remind everybody about the company's two main assets, the past producing Tombstone project in Arizona and then Cervantes in Mexico.
Yeah, we do own two properties within the company. We own a 78.7% interest in the Tombstone property joint venture. This is in southeastern Arizona in Cochise County. This is the site of numerous past producing underground high-grade silver mines. And in the late 70s and early 1980s, there was a open pit heap leach gold silver operation operating at Tombstone. So we own that now in a 78.7% JV with another group. We've been increasing our ownership in that JV over recent months. We've now drilled nearly 10,000 meters at Tombstone and are gearing up for another drill program there. And then at Cervantes, this is in eastern Sonora, Mexico. This is a gold copper focused project where we have drilled about 12,500 meters over 4 drilling campaigns. And this is a gold oxide discovery, and it is surrounded by a number of very well-known open pit oxide gold heap leach projects operated by primarily Canadian companies. So we're in great locations at both of our projects and soon to be active on both.
Okay, so with Tombstone, you mentioned there was a previous drilling campaign. We've got results, and you're gearing up for another one. And the previous results intercepted multiple, what the team is calling new, shallow, thick, high-grade mineralization and some bonanza grade results as well. We love hearing the word bonanza. So what were some of the highlights of that drilling campaign, and how are they helping you identify targets for the new campaign?
Yeah, great question. The recent drill campaign, we actually increased it from a planned 2,000 meters to over 3,000 meters. Due in part to the performance of the drill coming in under budget and, of course, the positive results that we were seeing in the material that we were intersecting in our step-out drill pattern. So all the drill holes that we put in last fall were step-outs primarily to the west of the existing mineralized zone. This is a shallow zone really centered around the old open pit where we've expanded the shallow, oxidized, high-grade gold-silver footprint. Previously, we'd hit some very encouraging results, including 65.5 meters of 3.4 grams gold equivalent, 96 meters, 2.2 grams. There's a list of great results that we had. But I think what was most exciting about our last program was the fact that we stepped out a hole to the south of the primary target, and we hit our highest grade of silver ever encountered in our drilling at Tombstone, and this was 1.5 meters of 7,269 grams silver equivalent. That's 3,669 grams per ton silver and 45 grams gold. So that was a fantastic intersection. It was oxidized, it was very shallow, and it was part of a broader intersection that averaged 26 meters of approximately 570 grams silver equivalent. So we are very keen to get back into the field with a drill rig and to follow up on all those results, particularly now to the south and southwest, where we have expanded this very high-grade silver zone that is shallow and oxidized.
7,200 grams a ton. That is an eye-popping number, and I'm sure you're excited to get back to that. Now, Tombstone, Simon, is the focus right now, but Cervantes, as you've alluded to, is really a significant opportunity for the company as well. So what's the latest there?
The latest there is that we are preparing to get back into the field at Cervantes. We have a window now where we have good weather on the property before the rainy season, and we have identified a number of high priority targets to go and prospect and sample, and these are primarily north and east of the main California zone target that we've been focusing on drilling over the past number of years. So along that target, we've drilled now about 1 kilometer squared of mineralization, and we've in our recent drill program that completed in 2023, we identified an additional potential 400 meters of strike extent to the east, and also some prospective targets to the north. As well, we now have an opportunity to drill test, or to sample for potential drill testing, a target known as Brazil, which is further south of the main California zone target. So we expect to have crews in the field over the next month, working up some additional drill targets, and we're hearing and seeing some more optimism about mining and exploration in Mexico over the past few months. So we hope to be in a position to, subject obviously to market conditions and exploration results, to potentially continue drilling over the next few quarters here. But the main drilling focus for now will be at Tombstone still, but we will be active on the ground at Cervantes very shortly, and we'll have news out on that, disclosing the particulars.
Now, on the financial side, Aztec Minerals recently raised $3.6 million in an oversubscribed, non-brokered private placement. So what does that demand tell you about what the market thinks about the company's prospects? But also, second part of that is, how are you going to allocate that money?
Yeah, we were very successful in our fundraising. We set out to raise $3 million, and there was oversubscription demand from various institutional investors. So we were able to close on $3.6 million. We cut a few orders back, wanted to be mindful of diluting existing shareholders. And what it says about our projects is, I think there is a keen appetite to own a piece of Aztec, particularly for an expansion of the drilling of the high-grade silver gold system at Tombstone. There's also quite strong interest in some deeper drilling of our silver lead zinc targets at Tombstone. And I think more broadly, the market is more receptive now to earlier stage junior opportunities, now that the gold and silver bull markets have moved into quite an explosive phase here, with gold trading above 30. I think it's above $3,200 an ounce as we're speaking today. So it's really an exciting time. With it seems, at least, that capital is starting to move down into the explorers, and we've been able to benefit from that investment demand. And then as to how it's allocated between the two projects, there will be some exploration expenditure at Cervantes with the field program that I mentioned, but the bulk of the money will be spent on both shallow and deep drilling at Tombstone. The shallow drilling will be really more of the same, we think, of our previous campaigns, but the deep drilling will be something that's, I think, been highly anticipated by the market from Tombstone. This is a CRD style target. Think of Arizona Mining's discovery back in 2015, sold for $1.8 billion in 2018 at a nearby silver district, where a very large silver lead zinc system was developed and discovered in a rapid time period. So these CRD deposits can be very valuable and exciting to the market. We have been, I think, cautious in developing our target, and it will be drill tested, I think, for the first time now by us over the coming months, and I think that adds some blue sky potential to the story.
Just looking at the stock market cap, currently about 24 million, and it peaked around 30 cents a share in late 24, and year over year, it's interesting that it's not up necessarily, but it's flat. It's not down either. So what do you think? What's your impression of how the market treats your stock?
Yeah, no, it's been a very interesting trading pattern for the stock over the last year. I think we started out last summer, so 2024, we did a financing at 18 cents. It took a couple of months to work through the overhang from that, but by the time that overhang was worked through, it coincided with the start of our drill program, which was in October. The stock went on a very nice run from about 15 to 30 cents in October, and from what I can tell from watching it trade, it seemed to have a very strong correlation to the silver price. You'll recall that silver broke through $34 per ounce in October of 2024, right before the US election, and we really were a beneficiary of that move. That seems to be a key psychological level for the market to start to allocate money down the curve into silver explorers, and so I think it's a well-established established relationship that we benefit from that, our shareholders. Unfortunately, some volatility did enter into the precious metal space around the U.S. election. The gold price and silver price correspondingly sold off for a number of weeks, and we suffered a little bit in terms of our valuation. So that's what I think has created a bit of the flat pattern over the last year. And so I think with exploration success and potentially silver catching up to gold a little bit here, those two factors together could result in a very strong tailwind, hopefully, for our share price and valuation.
And lastly, Simon, as you know, investors have a lot of competition for their dollars, where they're going to allocate. What's the overall investment case as to why investors should really pay attention to Aztec?
Well, I think we have an advantage over a lot of other opportunities. One, the valuation, $25 million. It's quite cheap for having control of two projects that are bordering on advanced stage. I mean, we've made discoveries of both of these projects. That's known. Our exploration models continue to show growth. And in the case of Tombstone, we're in one of the most mining favorable jurisdictions in the U.S. The U.S. has become such a leader in the mining industry over the past few months here, really open for business. We happen to be in one of the most prolific mining jurisdictions in the U.S. I mean, Arizona that's a primary industry there, copper mining in particular. And we have an added benefit of having a property that is located on private ground. So our joint venture owns not only the mineral rights, but also the surface rights, the water rights. Very mining friendly part of Arizona as well. Tombstone is a town that is really needing an injection of capital and an injection of work, really. So we're in a great situation there. Timing's right, right time in the precious metal cycle, I think, for us as well. And finally having confidence in our exploration and execution model to go after these deeper CRD targets, which we think have a kind of a speculative upside element to them, which is always important to have in an exploration story.
All right, great update, Simon. Thanks for taking the time today. We'll talk to you soon.
Well, thank you for taking the time, Mark. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
All right, you as well. Simon Dyakowski, President and CEO at Aztec Minerals. Our thanks to him, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.